Python 101, your first program. Let's begin our Python journey with a simple task, displaying text to the console screen. Here, we use the built-in Python print function. When Python runs this code, it reads the command print, understands you want to display something, and then shows you, "Hello Python world." Notice the parentheses and quotation marks? The parentheses tell Python to call the function named print, while the quotation marks enclose the exact words you want printed. Comments, like the ones starting with a hashtag symbol, allow us to write notes explaining our code without the Python interpreter trying to run them. It's great to use comments to stay organized and remember what each part does, especially as your programs become more complex. Now let's learn an important fundamental in programming called variables. Think of variables as containers that can store information, which you can use later in your program. In this example, we created a variable named favorite movie and assigned the value inception to it. When creating variables, we use an equal sign to store the value on the right to the variable named on the left. Notice that the name favorite movie does not include quotation marks since it's not text, it's a variable name. Later, we use the print function again, but this time it combines our text my favorite movie is with our stored variable. Python neatly puts them together when it displays the result. Using variables helps us avoid repetition and makes our code more readable and organized. One powerful aspect of programming is the ability to reuse code through functions. Imagine functions as machines. You give them input, they process it, and return some result. In Python, you define a function using the keyword def, followed by the function name greet, and parentheses that contain inputs, known as parameters. Inside the function, we provided instructions to print a personalized greeting using whatever name we pass. Then, to use our function, we just write the function name and pass it some data. Here we pass the name Neo. Python then executes the instructions inside our function, returning the personalized message. Functions make your code organized, clear, and enable reusing the same code multiple times with different inputs, significantly reducing redundancy. Now let's explore conditional statements. These let your program make decisions and take different actions based on certain criteria. In this Star Wars example, we created a variable age and assigned it a value 45, representing Darth Vader's age. We then introduced an if condition that asks a question. Is age greater than or equal to 40? If the condition evaluates true, Python executes the first indented block, calling Darth Vader a wise Jedi Master. If it is false, the else block runs, calling him a young Padawan. The key idea is simple. If conditions help your code make logical decisions and execute actions accordingly, essential to making smart and interactive programs. Finally, let's look at returning values from functions, another fundamental concept of programming. While our earlier function did something like printing, sometimes we need a function to give us back a result instead of just printing it. This is where the return keyword steps in. Here we created a function called square. When we pass a number to this function, it calculates the number squared, that's the number multiplied by itself, and returns that number back to us. Then we store that returned number in a variable called result and print it. This kind of function is exceptionally useful when you need to reuse calculations throughout your code. It also helps keep your program modular and clear. Congratulations! Now you're equipped with Python's core basics, from printing and variables to functions and conditionals. Continue practicing, experiment with your code, and soon you'll master Python with ease. Keep coding and have fun.